What's up with it, bro?
What's up with you, brother?
Nothing much, chilling. Introduce yourself, let the people know who you are.
My name Desi Dezz. I'm an artist from the East Side, artist slash podcast host of Twisted Youngins. Yeah.
Now let's start from the beginning, man. Who is Desi Dezz?
Desi Dezz is he was a sinner. He was a guy that was making music that was deemed to be, sending me to hell, talking about killing and, doing a lot of different things, fornicating and sex with random women, just lyrics that'll get me in trouble with the Lord. But for as Desi Dezz as a human being, I was an athlete in high school. I ran track, played football, basketball, linebacker, just, a guy that's very creative, actor. I went to college on the theater and art scholarship. So to me, music is, is my life right now.
Now, I seen an interview that you did. I think it was Small Eyes, DJ Small Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And in the interview, you just talked about, you said high school.
Yeah.
Said it was a situation that happened that changed your life as far as getting scholarships, maybe for your athleticism and track, things like that. Do you mind speaking on that situation?
Well, I got long story short, I got expelled from. I was that guy in school, and girls. I went behind the bleachers with a girl, and I'm thinking, we were just gonna kiss or whatever, One thing led to another. She ended up, giving me head, and we got caught. I didn't run. I don't know, stupid me. I always regret that decision because not running because I feel like I missed out on my senior year. But yeah, we got caught and I got expelled. So.
I guess you redeemed yourself because you was able to attend college. So
right, yeah, because I already have a lot of my credits, so I didn't really have to. I only did like a semester, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, so that was your final semester.
That was my senior year.
Yeah, okay. You said that the music you used to make before, because right now, you consider yourself as a Christian rapper.
Yeah.
So you said the music you used to make before, like as far as the Debo or the Roberts and Jordans.
Yeah.
I guess you said that it was basically leading you down the wrong path as far as a sinner's path.
Yeah.
Where did the transition happen and why?
For us Christian music.
Yeah.
And following God, right?
Uh-huh.
I met a guy probably like 10 months ago that changed my life. Me and my cousin, we had a podcast, and we invited this guest over. This guest, seemed to be a different type of guy. To me, I felt like, I might sound crazy, but I didn't smoke then. That's when I was smoking and drinking all that. I wasn't smoking then, but it seemed like the guy was like reading my mind in some sense. Basically, he said he worked at a graveyard, and he said, I was like, oh, you think ghosts is real, whatever? He was like, demons is real? He was like, yeah. He said, what is his name, Alex? So I'm thinking, like, in my mind, it made me think, like, oh, what is he saying? Like, is a demon in me or something? Like, is that's the name of the demon that's in me or whatever? I don't know. I was just tripping out. And long story short, the guy got up. He ate with us. He ate some spaghetti and chicken. That's, when I was smoking or whatever, I didn't eat. Like I think I was like 170 pounds. I became skinny. I was always tired. I didn't know what was wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? So after he ate his meal, he ate his chicken. Then he said, we should eat more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, he got to be talking to me. Like mentally, I'm like, because I know I'm skinny now. I'm like, man, I just got on the weighing scale probably a couple days before that. And it said 170. I know I was like 200. But when I get high, when I used to get high, it's just like I get like paralyzed because I'm more of a cerebral type of guy. I'm a thinker. I'm a deep thinker about everything. So anything that affect that, I just can't move. But anyway, the guy got up and I followed the guy when he got up. He turned around and looked down, and the man wrist started to bleed. like 100%. Like I'm before you right.
Wrist?
His wrist started to bleed. Like I'm before you right now. Like God is in me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's in this situation. He hears us. His wrist started to bleed, and from that day forward, I quit everything. I got married, got baptized, stopped smoking, stopped thinking, lusting of the mind. For as when you see a girl, Instagram, they show you twerking videos all day. You know what I'm saying? You can lust all day if you want to, but I correct myself, and now following the Lord. I got a dad that's a deacon, and I think that's not that's not just random, you know what I'm saying? Because that's rare to have a father that's a deacon and willing. We do script Bible studies 4 days a week. On top of I do my own studying of the scriptures and everything. So, it's just a blessing. God came in my life, and he helped me out so much. And even my name is Jared, which means to sing of praise, to cry of rejoice. So, now I make music for the Lord, and I feel like, go ahead, hang on.
No, you can go. But was it a smooth transition, or did you bump your heads here and there? Like, how was that? Like, as far as like outside of the music, just a personal standpoint.
Personal standpoint, I'm more of a guy that moves on my own beat. You know what I mean? So really, once I make my mind up, once I found out that Jesus is real, that God is real, because I was just living up the world, basketball, football, high, you know what I'm saying, just talk. Cheating on my, not cheating, but but cheating, whatever. Getting caught in situations and stuff, but living worldly. And once I discovered he was real, I changed my whole life. I changed the way I talk. I stopped cussing. I stopped thinking negative. When I'm talking to my friends, if I make a mistake and make a mistake and cuss, I say, I repent. Sorry, Lord. And even my cousin start to tell me, like, bro, I see you trying to make that change, and I'm there for you, because he was still living of the world. He's still smoking and drinking and cussing and still, thinking negative and lusting of the heart. Even my sisters and people around me, they start to see it, that, I'm not the same guy who I used to be. And I don't care if, like, everybody else going this way. I was always the type to go the other way. You know what I mean? So it just helped me even more, God coming in my life, because I feel like he know who will follow him. You know what I'm saying? He know who will take him seriously. And I don't play with him because I know he's real.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Appreciate it.
You just recently got married, September 9th?
Yep. Yeah, it was a blessed day. It was one of the greatest days of my life, man. To marry my wife and to make sure I put a stamp on I be obedient to what the Lord wants from me. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had a dream that I was, praying to God and, asking him, how can I correct myself? Like, is there anything in my life that I need to do? And basically, I had a dream that it was like I was laying on the bed, and it seemed like this demon or this lady came in and sat on the bed. Next thing I know, my stuff started to rise up, and I'm like, I wouldn't have humped her in my, it's in my dream. I'm like, I wouldn't have humped her. Then I rose up off the bed and spent around. So in my mind, me interpreting what I dreamed, I'm thinking that God was trying to say that the fornication, the devil will have control over you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sinning, even though, shacking up, when the old folks always say, don't shack up, get married or whatever. So they just let me know. So after that, I told my wife, I want to take it seriously. I want to, get married. And she loved me just as much as I love her, and we did it. So.
Yeah. Why do you think that people in our community, or even just modern day young people, fail to follow the traditional ways like back in the day as far as marriage? Like you said, older people say, don't shack up, get married.
Right. We don't know what God wants us to do. We don't. How many of them, reading the Bible? You know what I mean? Or take it seriously enough to understand that this is our history. This is real. And He's actually in us. He's watching over us. He's paying attention, even our thoughts. He's gonna judge us on two fronts: what we doing in the actual physical world and what we doing mentally. You know what I mean? So if we're not being obedient, when we go before Him, we're going to hell, 100%. But it's just we not opening that book. And even though I'm not the best reader, I'm not the smartest guy, and I always tell people, I'm in school I was sometimes a C average guy. You know what I mean? But I'm a open that book. I'm gonna press play on my app. You know what I'm saying? You got no excuses. Press play on your app. Read along. You know what I mean? See what words you messed up on. Like, see what words you don't know. Look it up. Okay, press sound. You know, like on Google, it'll play what the word is. Play the word. Okay, now you know that word. Just keep adding to the memory bank. Adding to the memory bank. You know what I mean? You got no excuses, but you got to be humble enough to outsource for information. Like, you didn't create yourself. So if you didn't create yourself, you got to outsource. And before God, He's going to judge us. But what He's going to judge us by is the rule book. You know, you got to judge. If earthly judge has to have rules, right? You know what I mean? You stole. In the rule book, it say you don't supposed to steal, so therefore I got to give you some time. You know what I mean? If you fornicate, you don't supposed to fornicate. If you murder somebody, you don't supposed to murder. I mean, you don't supposed to murder nobody, and you know this because in our body, you know you don't supposed to just kill nobody. You know what I mean? So therefore, you got a place for you.
Fatherhood. You got a 2-year-old son?
Yep. He just turned 2.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things ever, you know, because I'm a living example for him, and that's why, you know, turning my life over to the Lord and being submissive to Him has allowed me to be a better father for my son, and I just love watching him get older, love watching him run around. He's still destroying stuff, you know. He's still bad, but you know. Showing them flashcards, you know, different words, and you know, my baby know how to count. He know, like I said, flashcards. He know the shapes and everything. He can tell you square, triangle, everything. He know little nursery rhymes. You know what I mean? At 2 years old, so it's a blessing. You know, I love it.
Now, evangelizing the trap. You spoke about a lot in that, just in that song itself. What is your idea? Can you explain to the people what is your idea of evangelizing the trap?
It's just evangelizing the mindset that we have for us. If we look at the artists that are, you know, hits in our community, they are mostly trap artists that's talking about killing us. You know what I mean? That's talking about selling drugs to us. Then the imagery that they show even portrays a false imagery, because, you know, like the money to the head, the money to the ear or whatever. Like if you're an average guy that works a 9 to 5, you're not going to have that money to the ear. You know what I mean? So the only way you can get that money to the ear is by doing something illegal. Especially like if you look on the average, it's like we ain't going to college like that. You know what I mean? We ain't graduating from college getting these big jobs or whatever. So we won't never be able to have that money. We can if you save up, you know, I don't know how, you know, if you save up good or whatever. But that money to the ear is fake. That's how the devil is getting all these different souls, because you get out here and try to sell drugs, then what? You get caught up in the system. You go to jail. And the guy with the rapper with the money to the ear, he doing shows. You know what I mean? We trying to keep up with them.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like, it's killing us because the negative music is making you think negative about your own people. You know what I mean? Rob, killer, go down the street, shoot at an op. You know what I mean? Oh, he missed. It make you go on camera. If a guy missed shooting you or he shoot you a couple times and you don't die, it'll make you go on camera. You miss me. You know what I mean? But like, we so ready to die.
The frequency is not only that's in the music.
Yeah.
That it affects your body.
Yeah. On top spirit. Of yeah, and you know, the devil is he was the guy that the music. He was creating the music. So therefore, especially, he's attacking our community 100%. And the evangelizing trap is just showing, like, I'm just showing it to you. What is happening to you? You know what I mean? And what's the cause and effect? What will happen at the end? At the end, you're going to go to hell. At the end, these demons the same demons you rapping about saying you a demon. Like, what is so good about being with the devil? This guy he's gonna be burning in the hell of fire. You know, he's gonna be burning in the river of fire. So what's so cool about burning? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's wrong with, like, I'm an angel. Why can't you just say you an angel?
Everybody want to be a demon.
What's so good about that though? So that's just me exposing it. So that's why I go to these regular shows where artists that get up there and talk that devilish stuff, and I get up there and evangelize the trap. You know what I mean? And that's my part of evangelizing for the Lord.
Now, Consensual. There's a track where you speak on basically, they say you just out with a young lady. Y'all enjoying yourself. Y'all both had the plans, go out, drink, party, whatever, get high, whatever it is. But he said in the song, like in the back of your mind, when it comes down to the actual act of, sexual relations, you think like, hey, I want you to be. Basically, saying, I took it from as you wanted her to be in her sober mind.
Right. Yeah, because you're still asking for it. You know what I mean? Even though she drunk, I'm drunk. Because I was thinking that was around the time for the Me Too movement. When I seen all my brothers and sisters my brothers start going to jail, I'm not gonna say, Bill Cosby, he was doing a little different stuff, but it was around that time, and I think R. Kelly, a couple other people, you know what I'm saying, like now he was messing with little girls. That don't have nothing to do with that. It was just about your past can't catch up with you. So right now in this instant, I need to make sure you sober, everything is good, you know what I mean, you and your clear conscience. And we finna get it on, you know what I mean? So that was that mindset of that song. It was just making sure she was good before we, did our thing.
Now I know in the churches they say, "Come as you are." Was the churches that you went to, was it New Vision? Is it New Vision?
Yeah.
Was it receptive to you coming in? With your past as far as the music or just maybe the lifestyle you was living?
Well, when I go to, I don't really talk about my music in church. I just go to church, and bring my family. Like, I got to go. I'm trying to bring my whole family into church, you know what I mean? Try to get everybody saved if I can, really. My whole community, if you come talking to me, I don't really have nothing to talk about other than the Lord, That's the most meaningful conversation. So, when I go to church, I don't even talk about my music unless the pastor asks me or something like that. Who am I? Where I'm from? I'll tell him what I do. But other than that, I'm just sitting in the back watching.
Now I see you got a hashtag that you post a lot. Is open your Bible.
Yeah.
Or in your Bible, open your Bible. I see you share a post that said, "Y'all believe every other book." But the Bible, basically, I believe everything in other books except the Bible.
Right.
I guess contest you on that in a sense. My thing is, I'm not against the Bible or anything like as far as religious or anything, but just based on my, I guess, perspective of things, I'm more so I guess they call it spirituality into that. I'm not really a religious being. I do believe it is a higher power. But to go back as far as the Bible, my thing is, I just say go back to the slavery days. Slaves couldn't read or write or whatever, but the only book that they gave them was the Bible. My take on that is that I look at it as a mindset thing, as far as they say control the masses. And let you speak on that. How do you feel about that?
100%. I agree with you. Actually, in the Bible, it says it's telling slave masters how to treat their slaves and slaves to be obedient to their masters. But I don't have no problem with the Bible saying that, because if a slave is disobedient to their master, what will happen? He will get killed, right? All different ways. They put our babies, to be food for alligators, and some of our males, strong dominant males that they sing on, that they have sex with, and all these different kind of things. So they had to give the slaves the Bible, because why would a slave be a slave for 400 years without thinking about killing himself? Why would I be submissive or be controlled by another human being that I know that we are both on the same level, for all this time, and just be cool with it? No, you had to give them the Bible, because you had to give them meaningful life, meaningful living. Now, what the Bible was, it just returned back to us, because who we are in the Bible are the Jews. We are the Hebrew Jews of the Bible. And who wrote the Bible? We wrote the Bible. So they didn't give us anything. They returned it back to us. God made them give it. God already knew they had to give it to us, because there's no way that a human being would just live and just be a slave. I have to have pride in myself. I have to tell you who you are, And that's what a lot of us are missing. We don't know who we are. We're not two continents. We're not African American. You know what I mean? And even though you say a higher power, the higher power wants control. Like, say if you created a video game, right? you would want, you give them free will, but won't you want to have some rules for the game?
Yeah.
And if you have, all I'm saying is the Bible is stating the rules. You know what I mean? If a person say a serial killer say I'm spiritual, you know what I mean? But he's a serial killer. Like, you have to have some type of rules. You got to be obedient to something. You can't be your own God. Like, basically that's what it is. I'm my own God. If I don't believe in the Bible, if I don't believe in the Bible, I'm my own God. Even though you're a good person, how many people you know that's not?
A lot.
You know what I mean? How many people you know that don't have common sense? The Bible levels brings them up, everybody up to the same level. You know what I mean? Like, it's guys out here that really need that Bible. It's guys out here with alcohol problems, heroin problems. What spirituality is telling them to get off of it?
From my perspective, it's more so. I seen you shared a post also said meditation is not God's.
Yeah.
A bunch of lists of things that I guess associates with spirituality or the universe and all that.
Right.
My thing is, it's more of a mind thing, not just as far as I'm just spirituality. Mm-hmm. It's more so of a mind thing. What a man thinks is what a man is.
Well, didn't that come from the Bible or something?
I guess we don't know where it came from. It's quoted in the Bible.
Right.
Yeah. But it's quoted in a lot of other places also.
And I bet you they got it from the Bible. I bet you those books ain't on it in the Bible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I just say my perspective is says basically what you said. For as a person believing that they are God.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's kind of what spirituality says. Everything is connected. Everything is one. Everything is a source, as they call it. I would say, let's go back to what I said. Man, how you think? They are whatever you think your life is, what you will act out on. You they say if you have a bad feeling or just an angry feeling, and which your angry feeling gonna create a thought. That feeling creates a thought, and that thought creates an action. Basically, nothing is done without a thought. Nothing is done. You can feel something, but if you put a lot of thought in it, basically, no, I might say the backwards or something, but basically the thought is the process of everything. Is the creator of your life. Is I guess.
Yeah, but you didn't create
brings mutation into your world.
But you didn't create yourself, right?
No, sir.
You know what I mean? Spirituality didn't create you. A spirit. The God created you. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's God has rules and regulations and ways that we should live our life. You know what I mean? That we can't get from everybody is not as smart as you. You know what I mean? Everybody is not like you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody is not as calm and got your own business and got that same mindset, the same head on your shoulder. So all of them can't go through all them different ways of how you should. You know what I mean? Like, God created this Bible for us, at first, He created for everybody, He sent His only begotten Son, in which a lot of people have a problem with Jesus, but He sent His only begotten Son to die for our sins. Mm-hmm. And we have sins. Like, how can you, you can have a sin, like, you can commit sin, right? Mm-hmm. But in spirituality, there's no rules, right?
Nope.
It's none at all. You're your own God. So therefore, if it's no rules, you're your own God. How are you not your own God if you don't have no rules? There's nothing stopping you from doing this.
I think it's more so of there's no rules. I'll say that, but I think it's more so of right from wrong, or you may call it karma. It's a feeling. Hey,
but that's your rule.
Right.
It's still you though.
It's still your rule, because you can do something that's completely wrong.
Yeah,
but if you don't feel that it's wrong, then
that's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm gonna go back to the challenge the rules thing. Hey, every living thing was created under the sun. As far as the universe, God, Yah, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Animals don't obey by the rules, and we are similar. We are not animals. But
how don't they obey by the rules?
They don't obey by as far as like they obey by universal laws, as far as like you said, things as far as killing and things like that. It's more survival things of an animal kill, protective thing, and humans should live that same.
I mean, that's
way.
The rules, right?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
Law,
if you get a dog, the dog is gonna be a dog. Dog's gonna chase after the cat. Dog gonna eat whatever his food source is. He's gonna do that. If you get a lion, he's gonna be a lion. The lion's gonna chase out the gazelle, or you know what I mean. Like they're already who they are, no matter where they're at. You know what I mean. Human beings, we're already who we are. Mm-hmm. Like it's just being submissive. It's just being understanding that you didn't create yourself. That's all it is. Being humble enough to open that Bible up and realize that God has a rules and regulations that we should live by. That's all it is, man. And I ain't gonna lie, he opened my eyes up. Mm-hmm. And like I said, the spirituality thing is for a lot of people that want to believe, but God is an intellectual God. God wants us to do certain stuff. You know what I mean? You can't. You're not your own God. You didn't create yourself.
And I'm not, like I said at the beginning, I'm not against religion. I still, periodically visit churches. I visit the Journey. It's on Kings Highway. Mm-hmm. They got a few different locations, but I know the one I go to is on Kings Highway. Okay. So I'm still receptive to the word, even though I might not have a specific religion that I follow. Mm-hmm. I guess I still follow the laws or the rules.
But what's telling you, like, what's going on in this world? You know what I mean? You know who the ruler of this world is? The ruler of the power of the air. You know who that is?
The source.
The source. Oh man!
But you say God?
Have you heard about the Book of Revelations?
No. Like
it's talk about the ending times.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. You believe we're in the last days?
I wouldn't say exactly the last day, but we're in the last days of normal humanity. As far as like they got the AI stuff starting to come into play now. So yes, I would say we're in the last living days of what life should be normally lived as.
That's what it says in the book of Revelation. But that you wouldn't know that. Like you wouldn't know your history, right? You wouldn't know what happened in the beginning when God said, "Let there be light." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When He created the whole universe, like just by living through spiritual, you don't know nothing. Spirituality, you don't get information from that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How do you know your history? Like, who are you? You say you're African American, but if you don't use the Bible, you don't know who you are. Nobody telling you who you are. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you're from. All you know is you was a slave for 400 years. Yeah, but in the book of Deuteronomy, it said, "My people will be took on slave ship and scattered to the four corners of the earth." You know what I mean? It's actually talking about us. You know what I mean? My people are stiff-necked. You know what I mean? But we don't pay attention. We can't humble ourselves to actually get in the Bible. Well, I see you're a very smart individual. You know what I mean? Yeah. You gotta. I'm telling you, bro. He's real. And the reason why I make music, the reason why I'm so confident, I would have never been on these stages. I would have never been performing in front of these people. Because I'm not a guy that like the spotlight. Like, you think I want to be rich? I don't care about no money. I care about my people, man. That's it. My whole goal as a kid was to help as many people as I can before I die. That's it, man. I don't care about nothing worldly, 100%. And that's why I have to spread this message. I have to help people and bring people, because a lot of people don't even know who God is, man. They don't even know why they created. They're just living life. You know what I mean? I have to you got to build a brother from their foundation, like who you are. Like a lot of them, even though you come up to them and be talking about sin or whatever, I have to, like God say, it was two fishermen or whatever. He said, come with me and I'll help you be a fisherman of men. So basically, come with me and I'll try to, show people the light, shed the light on individuals. Like my brothers and sisters, we lost, bro. We smoking, drinking, we just want to party. Our life is Saturday and Sunday. I mean, our life is Friday and Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Then we back that's the only reason. Working or whatever.
Come on, man. This is the Twilight Zone. That ain't why we was created. You know what I mean? We have to, like, these churches, these individuals in church, they smart. These people ain't stupid. These pastors aren't dumb. You know what I mean? They're not just falling in just by chance. Like, God showed me that He was real, and I have to spread the message. So that's what I'm doing, bro. And hopefully this is, help you. Hopefully you're like, yo, let me just open the Bible and just give it a chance, because, please do it for me, man. Please.
Yeah, I guess we just say we agree to disagree.
You can't
for this moment.
Okay.
For this moment, we can go on.
You get me you got me in evangelizing spirit, bro.
Yeah, I see you getting passionate.
Yeah.
But I guess one last question. One last thing to say. I don't know if you noticed, like recently they caught the suspected serial killer as far as in St. Louis. And I seen you kind of speaking on that, like for like I guess following the story, like sharing like the incidents that's associated with this guy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, supposedly when he was killing people on the highway.
First started off he was targeting women, then it started the highway thing.
Yeah, that's demonic, man. He got demons in there, man. You know what I mean? Like what if the police didn't catch him? What then? What, you know? He asked, when he died, he was going to be judged by God and sent to hell. You know what I mean? You have to you have to understand, like, judgment at the end of somebody's life. Like, once you believe in judgment, you have to know that, you know, because evil exists. Once evil exists, then you have to know that somebody got to judge that. If he don't get caught by earthly, you know, by these, you know, police officers, he ain't just scot free. You know what I mean? His brothers then kill people. They go to the hood, you know, and they smoking and drinking, kicking it. You know what I mean? No problem. That police ain't finding them. They good. You know what I mean? No, God it has to be somewhere where you get judged 100% the way you lived your life on this earth. And if you know that for a fact, you're going to be judged. Therefore, it has to be a hell or a heaven, because what am I judging you for if I'm not going to see you nowhere? If I'm gonna judge you, it has to be some place of torment, and it has to be some. Now, I'm in that scenario. You don't know for sure if it's a heaven, but it has to be some place of torment. You know what I mean? Because that's the whole point of being judged, and then you're doing something evil, because your body can feel when it's evil. Like if somebody come kill your family, you emotionally you can feel that. God, so whoever created you, they gave you emotions to feel something for somebody else, and that's just, you know, that's just a part of it. Like that guy, man, he's sick, and he's a sellout, man. A lot of these people that's rapping about this killing each other, and you like that's what it is, bro. We straight sellouts, bro. 100%. You know what I mean? We getting killed by others. You know what I mean? You hear about stories of us getting hanged, and you know, police. Police. You know, they gunning us down, and other race down the street. Like what about the store corners? Like we never really worked together. When you think about it, like our celebrities, our NBA players, our actors, or whatever, the black community, we never sat down and like, yo, how can we, you know, take over? How can we basically rebuild our community? Like, why is all of our neighborhoods ghettos? No, we don't have no black city like in the 1930s. We had prosperous black cities, and we was working together. We had airports, we had bus lines, everything by itself. Even though they came and destroyed it, we never sat down again. At least put it on camera. You know what I mean? At least take a picture with LeBron, Kevin Hart, Diddy, and say, yo, we gonna at least come to these neighborhood stores. You know what I mean? Like, why is our neighborhood stores by different races? Like, why we still buy, like, all these different products we should have been and tried to control by now, like hair, nails. Why is we buying hair and nails for the Koreans and Arabs? Don't we have these black brothers that's rich? Why don't they just say, yo, because who went shot with the brothers?
But even though it's not in the story that we have those people that are rich, we have people who are just a normal person like me and you who are actually doing it, but people do not support them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would be like a guy, like if I ever was famous or whatever, I'd be like a guy putting black businesses up. Like, yo, this hair salon, if you in this area, shop at this hair salon. Until we build another one closer to you. Even if you gotta travel 30 miles away, you gotta be willing to, you know, make a sacrifice. Whether it's you know, my idea, my hope is to have a store where I can get all black, like whatever, you know, the hair products, if a brother got a drink, you know, come in there with your little, you know, your ice cream pop, or, you know, find different ways that we can actually tap into our own money, because like they said, our money lasts one day in our neighborhood?
Not even one day.
You know what I mean? So we gotta change that. We really gotta put our head on our shoulders and realize that, you know, these people up top, you know, these athletes and people that we idolize, which we shouldn't, they don't really care about us like they should. You know what I mean? They don't talk about our community, even though they, you know, they'll come through, give a turkey and some shoes or whatever. But what happened to the dad? You know, the dad ain't got no money. The mother ain't got no money. And how can you give them money? You like, at least give them something to look forward to. You know, these corner stores and these the hair products, the nail products, even though that's what we do, but we don't have the where they sell the hair at all that type of stuff. We don't have those places like that. The food places, we got that. But we got to really take over our own street and our own neighborhood and build it back. You know, forget about money. Money is something that's stopping us. We too busy thinking about money. Like, say if we all came together and, you know, like the building in our neighborhood, you know what I mean, that needed to be repaired. Like, if somebody living there, like, if it's about 12, 20 of, like 20 of us, let's go fix the house. You know what I mean? Like, if we chip in something, let's fix the house. Let's keep going to different houses. Let's fix the house. Even building downtown, like, yo, how can we fix this building? Like, we don't want it looking like this. It's just about the look. You know what I mean? The look will change everything. Even if you gotta paint it, you know what I mean? Like, that's deep. Like, the imagery is deep. You don't want your kids raised in a neighborhood where it looks down, it looks broke. Then you go to the white side of town, it looks beautiful. You know what I mean? So it reflects on us. Like, that's what I'm just thinking about. That's the type of guy I am, man. That's why I make music. So I'm a guy that you should want to see successful. You should want to, you know, watch me grow. And for his rapping, for his music, like, it's nobody better than me. There's nobody more lyrical than me. There's nobody that cares more about the community than me. There's nobody more versatile than me. God has really blessed me with this music thing because He know I'm not gonna play with Him, and He know I'm on a mission. So continue to support me, and I'm so thankful for views from the Arch, man, that you allowed me to come in here and get interviewed. I'm pretty sure, you know, it'll be more because I'm one of them guys, man. And a lot of people like my songs, and hopefully by this airing that, you know, people realize that, yo, Desi's serious, and Desi really got that music. And I really can't rap with Desi like that because he ain't even rapping about gangster stuff, but it's just as real as yours. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just as real as theirs, but I'm not even I'm rapping in reverse, you know? I'm showing them what they saying is wrong and how they affecting our community. You know what I mean? It's time to really start loving each other, start loving us enough to not listen to that. Like, granted, it's saying, you know, to be good, you know what I mean? But like you said, the effect to be good, I admit, you know, I can rap on some of them beats, but for them lyrics, man, we really killing each other, you know. And then you got our women being so over sexual, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's getting signed is the girls that's just showing their butt, like, just getting bucket naked. Like, it's just everybody to be successful. What imagery they're showing our little daughters, like, to be successful in a rap game is just to get naked. You know, the devil gonna make it easy for you. He got what's that thing where you get naked on your phone or whatever, and they get subscriptions like. Come on, he making it easy. You can look. It's some women that don't have enough in them to go hit the stage and get on poles. The devil say, "Okay, I'll bring it right to you." You know, do it in the comfort of your home. How many people you see on your stories on Facebook shaking butt, doing what them shit?
That's all you see.
All you see. This is what we resort to. Like, our sisters, like, we you know what I'm saying? Y'all queens is doing this. Our brothers is just out here trying to put guns up to, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, like, have the imagery of a drug dealer. Like,
I've been there before, but like you said, I like myself more than this, you know.
But that's all you got, as long as you enlighten yourself and change, you know what I mean? Like, I've been there before, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, all these different women, but I changed. And because I realized the error of my ways by getting in the Bible. What else will tell me the error of my ways? You know what I mean? It's nothing else. If I'm spiritual, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm living off me. I gotta outsource this. Some gotta tell me. Some gotta will me in. You know, and that's what the Bible did. That's what Jesus did. He willed me in. So now I can become real. So now I really can have a message. So now I can be willing to die for this message. And even in the Bible, say my people. You know, I forgot what it said, but we. For sure, at the end times, you know, about, you know, like, you know, they order some guillotines. You know, you never know what the future holds for the Christians, but, you know, we got it. We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep spreading this message. And Jesus died for our sin, and you can't be saved as long as you repent. So, yeah.
Shout out to social media. Let people know where they can find you at.
On Instagram is DJ Desi Dezz. On Facebook is Desi Dezz. On Twitter is Desi Dezz Music. On TikTok is Desi Dezz Music. So please support me, follow me everywhere.
And shout out your podcast also.
Twisted Youngest Podcast is on YouTube and Spotify and anything. You know, my music is Desi Dezz on Spotify and all social media platforms. And I got a show at Pops. I don't know when it's going to air, but I got a show at Pops on the 26th. So continue to support me and follow me. And, you know, let's get together and really talk about something, you know, that's valuable, which is Jesus Christ, and a way we can get our brother evangelized to our brothers and sisters. Hopefully evangelizing the trap, you know, open sponsor.